All right, let's go a little bit old school today. This is the old school SOG Quake XL. And boy, is it XL. It's a big boy. Now, when Alex, he actually sent me a note with the box. This is Alex from the Knife Box Channel's Knife. And he sent me a note that I didn't read before the unboxing because, well, I just pulled the stuff out. And those of you who saw the unboxing will know that this thing just about jumped out of my hand and almost stabbed myself in the hand and all that. And Alex wrote, massive blade in VG10, caution, violent torque when opening, hold on tight. Well, I didn't listen because I didn't read the note when he sent it. That's how the unboxings go, guys. I don't know much when I do the unboxings. So let's take a look at this. There is let's zoom in here. There's a lock, safety, if you will, because this is a spring-assisted knife. It's got the SOG spring-assisted technology 2. Apparently there were 2 versions. And this is a very cool knife, something I had never seen before. It's got aluminum scales, and we'll talk about all the specs and details here in a minute. An interesting reversible pocket clip. It is a deep carry, like deeper than the knife, and it comes out of the middle. So I'm guessing what happens is the whole, you take it apart and the backspace, or maybe it slides out and slides back in. I don't know. I don't care. It's set up for right-handed carry, which is what I need. So I'm good. I guess you take out that screw, it pops out, and then you move that screw to the other side and put it back in. I don't know. But it is a very cool knife that has some amazing torque. It does have a crossguard here, and it is locked right now, so it won't open. But when you unlock it, you kind of have, it's weird. You can't really hold on too tight because you can't get your hand around it and still open it. It's not a push button. It is a button lock, but you use this crossguard to thumb it open. So it's a beast. It's just a beast. Here it is in my hand. It's literally a beast. I think the crossguard is super cool. It's a cool engineering thing, a slight recurve on the blade. I love the finish. It is stonewash on the bevels and more of a satin on the flats. Not sure if that's coming up very good on camera, but a very cool blade shape. I am a sucker for recurve. I just think this is a very cool blade, and it's very kind of old school-ish looking. I don't love the SOG on the pocket clip. I'm not going to lie. I think that branding is a little much for me. But other than that, I'm kind of digging it. Now, the guard does move around a little bit. There is a little bit of play in the guard, but that's to be expected. But it will absolutely function as a guard. Your hand is not going to slide up beyond that. I think that's very functional, and it just looks dang good. So it is a button lock, pretty strong spring, and then it locks back in. It carries really well in the pocket, even though it's rather large. And yes, it is a super deep carry, which, everybody has their own thoughts on that. I don't know that it's necessary, and oftentimes it makes it harder to deploy. So let's go into the specs. It is 5 5/8 closed, and that goes all the way to the tip of the clip. I'm using the far end of the clip for the measurements today. It is 10 1/4 overall with a 4.23-inch blade with a 4.35-inch cutting edge. So for the blade length, I always measure from the shortest distance of the blade, I guess. So I measured from the top of the guard to the tip. Normally I'm measuring from the top of the scale to the tip. So that's why the cutting edge is slightly longer than my blade length. Okay. The blade thickness is 0.125. Overall thickness is 0.747. So it's 3/4 of an inch thick at its thickest here, which it does kind of swell from thinner. It swells up a little bigger and then it's kind of tapers down. But that gives you a really good grip right about here. It really fills your palm. And I love it. You could do some damage with this. You could do some work. You could do some camping. You could stab a car door because you got that guard. So you're not going to slide up and slice your fingers. I mean, overall, this thing is a beast. I think I might have mentioned that before. It is also on the heavier side. Weighs in at 8 ounces. Okay. So it's like having a D cell and a AA in your pocket, give or take, because it is a big boy. Now you can see how the guard works as we go to close it. I just think that's very, very cool. So it does pivot there, almost, completely out of the way, because that's how it will be when it's fully closed. But yeah, it's just a very cool engineering design. When you get to about this spot, it's going to hit a cam or something, and then it's basically sucks itself back in. Very cool, super high torque. You want to be holding on to this thing when it deploys, or else it will shoot across the room. Here is an automatic knife that does not hit as hard. The SOG hits more literally harder than a ProTech, and the ProTech automatics really hit hard. But here it is next to the Hellraiser automatic, the Sharpie, the number 2 pencil, to give you an idea, the Spyderco Delica. It's like, yeah, it dwarfs the Delica. And the D battery and the AA battery. Moving on to something a little bit bigger. Here is my Frederick knives. Custom. Still small. And I will run over here and grab the Frank Fisher Battle, which by all means, all definitions, is a large knife. And the SOG XL is truly extra large. So, Alex, dude, thank you very, very much for sending this one in. Out of all of the knives that Alex sent in during the unboxing, this one, I think, got the most comments. So that's why I figured I would do this one first. Because it's very cool also. Alex always sends cool stuff because I don't think Alex buys anything that is not cool. I buy some weird stuff, but Alex buys cool stuff. I'm guessing you can Spidey flick it? I don't think my Spidey flicking finger is strong enough. Well, barely. So, there you go. The SOG Quake XL. Thanks a lot, Alex. I do greatly appreciate it. There'll be a link to Alex's channel down below. Please go check him out. He is really trying to build some subscribers. And I'd appreciate it if you go check him out and tell him I sent you. So, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. And please come back tomorrow.